It's crazy to think that all of this was once sand dunes. None of this was here. Now it's just streaming with life. It's probably one of the most diverse neighborhoods in the city, and not just from a cultural standpoint, but from what you have access to as a resident here. Welcome back to another episode of The City Uncovered. I'm Kevin Swanigan, local realtor here in San Francisco, and your go-to source for anything real estate in the city. And today, I'm taking you guys right down here to Inner Sunset. Let's go check it out. Inner Sunset is located on the western side of the city. Its boundaries start with Golden Gate Park to the north and 19th Ave on the west, and then it gets a little crazy. The southern boundaries start at Ortega Street, it then hits 16th Ave and Lomita Ave, where it wraps around the northern portion of the Golden Gate Heights neighborhood before finding its way back down to Ortega Street. It hits Laguna Honda Boulevard and 7th Ave on the eastern side, and when it gets to Kirkham Street, it dips through 6th Ave, around 5th Ave, back up through Parnassus Ave and Arguello Boulevard until running back into Golden Gate Park. Inner Sunset is bordered by Golden Gate Park to the north, Central Sunset to the west, Golden Gate Heights to the south, with Forest Knolls, the Sutro Tower, and Parnassus Heights to the east. Prior to 1887, Inner Sunset, much like the rest of the Sunset District and many areas on the western side of the city, was nothing more than sand dunes. It was in that year, developer Aurelius Buckingham bought a plot of land near 5th Ave and Lincoln Way and started to develop the area. He would call his suburb the Sunset District, thinking he would pull wool over the eyes of Irish immigrants. They were probably more enticed by the cost of the area as opposed to the name. Early residents often had to clear drifts of sand from the sides of their homes and off their walkways in order to provide access to their only set of doorsteps. The addition of the University of California's medical campus on the slopes of Mount Sutro brought in lots of residents and was followed by even more after the 1906 earthquake, when many refugees relocated to the area. By the mid to late 1900s, many families had moved into the area, businesses were open, and Inner Sunset was thriving. The neighborhood had very strong Irish roots until waves of immigrants from other countries began making their way, particularly in the 1980s. The neighborhood now has an enormous amount of diversity, as it is sometimes referred to as the Global Village. Now, the neighborhood is constructed primarily of single-family homes with splashes of condos mixed in. You get to enjoy a variety of architectural styles throughout the neighborhood. Of course, you have your Edwardian and Victorian-style homes. You have small to medium-sized apartments and condo buildings, and you also get row houses. One of the main attractions to Inner Sunset is its cost of living in comparison to many other neighborhoods in the city. For instance, homes in the neighboring Cole Valley are selling for more than $1,200 a square foot, while homes here in the Inner Sunset are at $970 per square foot. For the last half of 2022, single-family homes had a median sales price of $1.66 million. The most expensive home that sold in the last 6 months sold for $3.1 million in January. The median sales price for condos is $1.37 million, with an average square foot cost of $970 per square foot. The most expensive condo that sold in the last 6 months of 2022 sold for $2.2 million. When it comes to the rental market, here's where things are. The average cost for a one-bedroom is $2,600 a month. 2 bedrooms are at $3,500 a month. 3 bedrooms are $4,000 a month. And 4 bedrooms or more are at $5,500 and up. To put things in perspective for rental rates, the median rate in the city for a one-bedroom is $3,000, so Inner Sunset is a little more than 15% lower than the city's median. Inner Sunset really has this intimate, casual, welcoming feel to it. Here you'll find longtime residents who've been here for decades mixed in with young professionals who have found this gem of a neighborhood more desirable in recent years, and students who attend the nearby university. It's this healthy mix that helped create the small town atmosphere combined with the young chic vibe. Now, I mentioned earlier about the diversity of this neighborhood as to what you have access to, so let's uncover what that entails. So the first thing is that you have the ever so magnificent Golden Gate Park right at your own backyard. If you've been around San Francisco for any amount of time, you know how special this place is. The master park is 20% larger than New York's Central Park. The eastern side of the park, which just so happens to be directly north of Inner Sunset, is an epicenter of nature, art, and science activities for people of all ages. For all my flower lovers, visit the Conservatory of Flowers, the Botanical Garden, or the Japanese Tea Garden. The art lovers should head over to the Day Young Museum. Science buffs can head to the California Academy of Science. Have a picnic at Shakespeare Garden, yoga in the park, live music, sketching groups, We're just scratching the surface. Activities here are endless, and being in Inner Sunset puts you just steps away. What's your favorite thing to do at Golden Gate Park? Let me know in the comments. Inner Sunset is just a couple of short miles away from the Pacific Ocean. If you really wanted to, you could walk or run to it. Lots of people make a nice bike ride out of it, and of course, it's a quick car ride. Head down to the coastline and enjoy some time at Ocean Beach. Keep in mind that proximity to the ocean comes with ocean weather, so temperatures tend to be on the cooler side. You generally have foggy mornings and evenings. In fact, Inner Sunset is said to be in the heart of the fog zone and is one of the more foggier neighborhoods in the city. However, it's not as bad as its counterpart neighborhoods, Outer and Central Sunset, because it's slightly further inland. So you'll get a little less fog and a little more sun. Inner Sunset has some of the best schools in and or around it, both in the public and private sectors and across all levels. The beautiful thing about this neighborhood is that if you have schools you love outside of the area, you are centrally located, making commutes rather reasonable. There are more than 4 preschools, 3 elementary schools, 2 middle schools, and 3 of the best high schools in the area not far. The heart of the neighborhood is right here on Irving Street. This is where you'll find a lot of shops, restaurants, cafes, and so much more. You have to get wings at Santung, hit up Rose Indian for your Indian fix, enjoy Italian food on a rooftop deck at Fiorella, crave the sushi, hit Nabe. For my fellow vegans, Loving Hut will take care of you, or head over to Sabel's for some fire vegan wings. Want Peruvian? Fresca won't disappoint. Looking to whet your palate? Hit up the oldest Irish pub in the city, Little Shamrock. They've been serving Guinness since 1893. Want karaoke or trivia night alongside your drink of choice? Then Blackhorn is the place to be. Enjoy an outdoor vibe with the fire pit? Then Fireside it is. Tartine is a bakery that's a local favorite. Start your day off with some Turkish coffee at the Golden Bear Trading Co. Finish off dinner with creative ice cream flavors at Hometown Creamery. Believe me when I tell you, this is just a taste of what you can find in the neighborhood. There's a weekly farmers market that is year-round, providing locally grown and organic fruits and vegetables. There's a flea market every second Sunday of the month from April to November. Over 30 neighbors, other residents, professional vendors, and nonprofit organizations come together to sell merchandise, bargain for a good deal, or simply indulge in the food or fun activities. I didn't even mention the boutiques where you can find San Francisco swag, clothes, art, and household trinkets. San Francisco is a local favorite. Head over to Stern Grove for the festival, which has been happening since 1938. Don't forget to check out 16th Ave tile steps that take you up to Grandview Park for some unforgettable scenery. You can understand why Inner Sunset has a walk score of 96 and a bike score of 73. There are multiple bus lines that come through Inner Sunset along with the N-Judah light rail, so getting from point A to point B is not perfect, but it's definitely more than manageable, and why it has a transit score of 67. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video of the City Uncovered. If you did, hit that like button. Also, if you like this video, you might want to check these out as well. Let me know in the comments your favorite part about Inner Sunset. Also, let me know what neighborhood you would like to see next. Otherwise, you know what to do. Subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future content. And remember, if you're thinking anything real estate in San Francisco, you should be thinking of me. Out.